You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible. Amy Cooper, the white woman who called the cops on a black man and falsely claimed he was threatening her in Central Park, had her case dismissed at a hearing in Manhattan criminal court. The prosecution asked the judge to dismiss one count of filing a false report against Cooper. The judge did that. The decision came after Cooper completed 5 sessions of an educational program that included instruction about racial biases. Cooper, of course, made headlines when that cell phone video went viral last year showing her harassing a black man named Christian Cooper, no relation, in Central Park. Come on, guys, roll the video, please. Christian asked the woman to leash her dog. She was unhappy with his request and falsely called the police, claiming he was threatening her. Cooper lost her job shortly after the incident went viral. All right, let's go to our panel on this. Bree, 5 classes.
Yeah. So, one of the key things in this case is obviously I recall how the jogger, he didn't seem like he wanted to push for much more. But this is another situation where I think the magnitude of what happened has really kind of been downplayed, right? This could have easily ended in him being killed. We have seen cases like this happen time and time again. And so while I, certainly respect the feelings of the person who was most directly impacted by it, she needs to face more penalty. We have to establish a precedent that really discourages people from engaging in this kind of behavior. I think at the very least, she should be paying some kind of fines, a restitution. She needs to be performing some other kind of community service. The idea that you just go through 5, sessions and that's enough. I mean, again, this is a case of whiteness, just the way that whiteness plays out. And her case, what we see on video is just such an obvious, blatant example of someone who is consciously lying, consciously trying to weaponize her whiteness against this black bird watcher. I called him a jogger. I'm sorry, black bird watcher. In Central Park. I mean, she was very knowingly doing what she was doing. And so to kind of just sweep this under the rug, oh, well, she's attended a few sessions and, let her go. Meanwhile, of course, we know we have black people who are locked under the jail every single day, held without bail, dying in jail without even facing a trial. For things that they didn't even do, So again, this goes to the heart of just the racism in the criminal justice system from beginning to end, from the interaction with the police to the way that it plays out in the court system.
So Xavier, 5 classes, that good enough?
So she just read Rob D'Angelo's White Fragility, and that got her off. You saw the right-wing media go insane over Jussie Smollett, and they wanted him to spend years and years and years in jail of his life. And here's Amy Cooper, who weaponized her white privilege and attempted to basically put a man in harm's jeopardy. That was on camera. We didn't see Jussie's action in terms of what he did and all the different crazy machinations that he did on camera. But where are they? Where's the Fox News segments talking about what should happen to her? What about the DA there? And they went after Kim Foxx here in the state of Illinois, where I'm from, in Chicago, and went after her, even had a whole political campaign against her that failed miserably. Where is that? It's obviously the clear is justice is black and white. Didn't know that you could just go read a book and get a book report and get off for putting a man's life in jeopardy.
And that really is the thing, because the bottom line is, Quadricos, when these things happen, when the cops get called, a lot of times we end up dead. And she was using her white privilege, and so, I get deferred adjudication and those things, but, she went to 5 classes and her attorney said, she's learned and grown so much.
I agree with all the comments that have been echoed, but realistically, are we surprised here? I mean, if the insurrectionists, right, are allowed to go on holiday vacation or allowed special treatment in jail for certain meals, organic meals, then we can't possibly be surprised that the fact that this white woman gets to read a couple books and she gets off. I'm surprised she even had that, quite frankly. And I guess my frustration here is, at what point does this end? At what point do not necessarily holding them accountable, but at what point do we turn the tide to ensure that white people cannot weaponize their whiteness, that white women cannot weaponize their tears to continuously do harm to Black and brown people? I'm tired of these stories over and over again, and yet we see these people getting off scotch-free. At what point does it end?
I'll be honest with you. I think it's the same thing, Bree, when it comes to these cops. It ends when folk go to jail. It ends. See, here's the whole deal. I'm going to do to all of these white supremacist folks they always did to us. Lock them up, throw away the key. They don't teach them a lesson. I mean, bottom line is this here. If the answer is I can just take a class and get away with it, no. These folks need to see somebody like them punished for what they did. Put behind bars. It's the same thing like the whole scandal when it came to getting it, the college scandal. All right, these celebrities, oh no, y'all, it's no big deal. I mean, I know they bribe people, but they're celebrities, they're rich. They shouldn't go to jail. No. Send Felicity Huffman, send her ass to jail. Send that other child, I forgot the hell, the other white woman, send her to jail. All them CEOs who had to quit, send they punk asses to jail as well, because they need to feel the same thing they've been telling Black folks. So that is, go there, then you sit there in prison to figure out what you did wrong.
The thing is, I just don't know how you make that happen because
more Black judges.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. You're gonna have to change who's making the decisions, because that's really what it comes down to, right? Because so long as you still have these same folks in power making those decisions, they're always going to make sure that the treatment is unequal. But I agree. I mean, until people face consequences, there's no reason to behave differently. And so the outcome of this, what this teaches people basically is like, first of all, don't get caught on video, right? That's the number one thing, is just make sure you're not caught on cell phone video as they continue to make these false allegations against people and endanger people's lives. But even if you get caught, just cry the right amount of tears, and, all you have to do is go to some classes and say that you've changed, and they'll let you off. And meanwhile, Black and brown kids are going to continue to be killed on site in the street by police without getting any kind of hearing or anything at all. So again, it fundamentally comes down to, we have got to get the racists out of power. They are sitting on benches. This is one of the things that I'm constantly driving home as an organizer to folks, that people have to understand. Like, when we are talking about changing structures, there are individuals sitting in offices, sitting in positions, sitting in benches every single day, who are making the choices. And that's why we're seeing the outcomes that we see. That's why we have to focus in on local elections. We've got to be really clear on who is, making these decisions, at a local level, at a state level, because that's the only way we're going to be able to change this. Absolutely. That is the only way. All right, folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment.
It's time to be smart. When we control our institutions, we win. This is the most important news show on television of any racial background. Y'all put $2, $3, $4, $5, $10, $15, $20, $30 on this and keep this going. What you've done, Roland, since this crisis came out in full bloom. Anybody watching this, tell your friends. Go back and look at the last 2 weeks, especially of Roland Martin Unfiltered. I mean, hell, go back and look at the last 2 days. You've had sitting United States senators today, Klobuchar and Harris. Whatever you have, you can bring to Roland Martin Unfiltered to support it. Please do, because this information may literally save your life.
Watch Roland Martin Unfiltered daily at 6 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, or Periscope, or go to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered Daily Digital Show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Our goal is to get 20,000 of our fans contributing $50 each for the whole year. You can make this possible. RolandMartinUnfiltered.com.